Hey everybody, Drew here, and I'm super excited to show you guys this beautiful 1996 Toyota Crown. It's the Royal Saloon. It's a jzs151, meaning it is a JZ powered, 1JZ to be specific, and it is the 2.5 liter. It's only got about 19,500 miles on it, and of course, being from Japan, I made sure to import it from an area that doesn't get snow, and I will show you underneath. It's like absolutely brand new. So the car is absolutely perfect, minus a couple cosmetic flaws that are, a pretty big deal, so make sure you watch the whole video. First and foremost, we'll start while we're in the front. It's got this little ding right here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it is there. Very small. The big thing about this car is, I'm told by my people in Japan, this is very common in cars that are parked in carports. So unfortunately, having been outside its entire life, but in the shade, the bumpers are like permanently stained from like kind of the elements, when the metal part of the car is not. So plastic, metal, stained, not stained. So, rather than, this is about a $15,000 car, given its overall condition and its mileage and its undercarriage, etc., and its maintenance records, which we'll go over as well. This is a $15,000 car without this issue. Obviously, we're posting it for sale for quite a bit less than that, and you could just take it and enjoy it the way it is, or it's probably $1,200–1,500 to have the bumpers painted, and you might want new clear coat on the silver on the bottom because it is a bit faded in some spots, which that might buff off. Or again, if it were my car and I were keeping it, this lower two-tone would get a new clear coat along with a new chrome strip. It's about 50 bucks on eBay. And the front and rear bumper would get painted. But other than that, it is a perfect car. Of course, just for safety's sake, I would recommend throwing some new tires on it, which Yokohama, Avid, Ascends work great on these cars. They do still make them in the 205, 65, 15 size. These have plenty of life left. They're Bridgestone sneakers, which are a Japanese Japanese tire that we did not get here in the US. The back, same thing, no physical damage anywhere to the car, but there was these parking stickers, which probably have something to do with the homeowners association or, whatever, the apartment complex, wherever they lived. This car is from Yokohama, if I remember correctly, so kind of a congested area. There was stickers on the corner of the bumpers, which did not come off, which again, you're gonna need these bumpers painted if you want them perfect anyways, so not too worried about that. A little scuff on that bumper there. Same thing on this side of the car, absolutely perfect, with no worries or concerns anywhere, no chips or scratches or dents or anything like that. While we're out here, I'm going to show you guys underneath. Absolutely, positively amazing, the condition. You can see, other than being a little bit dirty, that's still black paint. You can see that red right there. That's still the gasket from the rear end. It's still red. No, you can see paint on the shock there, paint on the control arm from the factory, paint marks across there. The car is just absolutely perfect. No rust anywhere to speak of. The exhaust, which is going to be a really big deal for you, because you can't just get exhaust parts for it in the United States. That's perfectly clean. So I'm going to show you guys inside the car. So inside is absolutely perfect. You're going to see the door skins, the seats, pardon my shadow, floor mats here. There's this one little spot, which I think I did today, which I will get out, no big deal. Seat here, of course, carpeting there, back seat. It is absolutely perfect in here, in every way. No funky smells, nothing like that. Everything works. It even has these switches back here, which are pretty cool. This is a relatively basic Crown, but even this Crown, being basic, has audio controls back here. The super fancy ones had dedicated rear air conditioning with its own separate vents, and power reclining rear seats, which these do not, and control of the passenger seat from here, which this does not. And again, this is a base model, which, at its age is not a bad thing. Less that can go wrong. You put 20–30,000 miles a year on a car like this and have no issues. So I'll show you guys. Well, not going to start it, but we'll turn it on here. 31,275 kilometers, which is, again, oops, that's the Japanese tolling system. So again, that translates to about 19,500 miles. I will tell you, and we'll go over it when we're driving, this warning light does come on every time you start the car after you press the brake, because the previous owner in Japan, I'm sure, was told they had like a bulb out or whatever, and they replaced a couple of the bulbs in the back with LED, which is the logical solution because then they won't blow again. But unfortunately, in older Toyotas, once you put LEDs in, it trips that light. So if you want to buy this car and that bothers you, there's a couple ways forward. If this still is a bulb instead of an LED, that could be removed and the warning system, you know, disabled altogether. Or I could convert back to incandescent bulbs, which will turn that off. Or we could try to find, there's certain resistors you could put with LED bulbs that might turn this off. So if that's a big deal for you, just let me know and we'll work through it. So it does have ice cold air conditioning, which of course is going to be in Celsius, not Fahrenheit. The rule of thumb, I'd say between 23 and 26 degrees is comfortable. And for those of you wondering what it's like driving with kilometers, 100 is 60 miles per hour, 50 is 30 miles per hour, and 75 is 45 miles per hour. So if you know that and you get used to it, everything's good. The only thing weird about driving this car, of course, is your blinker is on this side, which is normal when you think about it. It's against the door. But of course, in our cars here in the United States, this is your blinker when it's your windshield wipers in a Japanese car. So radio works. It's base model radio. It's good enough for me. I just put in an FM transmitter. It works from 70 FM, I believe 70 or 76 FM to 90 FM. So yeah, 76 to 90. So a nice low frequency for an FM transmitter, and it works great. Or do yourself the favor of getting a Japanese FM transmitter and choose a signal that's so low we don't even have it in the US, and you'll never deal with interference, which is awesome. So like all Japanese cars of this era, when it's in drive, it can be pulled into two without pressing the button, so watch out for that. And they beep when they're in reverse. What else can I show you here underneath the hood? So this is the legendary 1JZ. So we got the 2JZ in the United States, which was a 3-liter. This is a 2.5, and it produces virtually the same power, and they give it a slightly taller rear end. So acceleration-wise, it feels the same as a 2JZ, but it is better on gas. If you look down in here, that means the timing belt's been done, which is amazing because it only has 19,000 miles on it. And of course, if the timing belt job was done, so was the coolant, which is good to know. Transmission fluid, which is back there. My finger's over it. No, it's not. Right there. Yep. That's been done, and it has a fresh full synthetic oil change in it and a new battery. Let's see what else here. There is some other maintenance stickers, which you're welcome to translate if that interests you. In here, that's probably has something to do with its last oil change. So next I want to take you guys for a ride. So we'll start it up. It drives absolutely beautifully. So the best way I could describe it is, pardon that again. The best way I could describe the way this car drives is kind of like an old Camry. So think of like a 2000, or excuse me, like a 1995 1996 Camry. They drove exquisitely, but you know, we're front wheel drive and had a lot less power. So picture a Camry with an even smoother and softer ride, a little bit better handling, and definitely a lot more power. And being rear wheel drive, you know, the balance, if you will, the performance is a lot better because you have two wheels pushing you while your other two wheels are stopping you and steering you. So, you know, in a front wheel drive car, obviously, not that you should push this or an old Camry in any way, you know, performance wise, but you know, in a front wheel drive car, you have two wheels that do everything and then two wheels that just get dragged along for the ride. So this, you know, a rear wheel drive car is going to drive, in my opinion, and many who are automotive enthusiasts' opinions, is going to drive much better, much more enjoyably all around than a front wheel drive car. You know, this sensation of being pushed rather than pulled, I suppose. But as you see, it's got plenty of power. That's, you know, to give you an idea of how that, you know, how it accelerates. Don't want to obviously hammer it or anything like that. I'm still on back roads, and it is a 27-year-old car and should be treated as such. I try to take you guys on some higher speed roads. So I wanted to show you guys, we're going to get on a highway here. We're going up a hill. I'm barely on it. You know, certainly driving, I guess, I don't know, spiritedly a little bit, but definitely not pushing the car. And we're already up to speed. Again, 100 miles per hour is 60, so blinkers are reversed. I almost just made the same mistake myself, but as you see here, once we merge on, I will take my hands completely off the wheel and show you guys how straight the car drives. It brakes as well as it drives. It has sat for the last couple weeks, so there's a little bit of pulsation, but it's been wearing off all day kind of thing. So let's see. So there's the brakes, as you see, no pulsation, and it drives very smooth. Again, we're going about 60 miles per hour. So again, normally a $15,000 car, given its miles, its condition, etc., with its bumper issues and all of that, it's obviously been severely reduced. We're going to leave it posted for a little while, and if it doesn't sell, then we're just going to throw it on the auction and let somebody else enjoy it. But anyways, my name's Drew. If you're interested in seeing this car in person, just give me a call, 585-771-0111. Thanks for watching.